Okay, back to the pedo thing real quick, because I seen Cenat fired one of his cameramen, or somebody on his crew. I think it was his cameraman. He was texting this female. She never really said her age, and when she did say her age, she said, "Hey, by the way, I'm 17." Because he was texting all type of X-rated shit, like back to back to back. Like she didn't even reply for like 2 days, and he's still like, "Yeah, I can't wait to see that pussy." Like I can't. Wow. It was crazy. Yeah, bro was wilding. But when she said she was 17, he backed off. He did say something slick like, "Yeah, but just in case you was 19, I was serious about everything I said." I think he should have never said that, because he still, to me, once he put that message, he kind of was testing the waters to see if she was still with it or not without saying anything. But with that being said, would that categorize him as a pedo? Because he's 19, she's 17. So I say we need an age of consent across the board, because in this state, technically, he would be labeled a pedo, right? But you go to some other state where the age of consent is 16 and all he did was cross an invisible line, now it's acceptable. So that don't make sense to me. So what makes sense is across all fucking states in the US, we need one age of consent that's the same everywhere you go. And what age should that be?
I think when you're still in the teens, they should leave it as that. Because you 18, you can't even buy a damn drink. But you could do whatever you're doing. You could be 17 and somebody could be 18. Y'all could still be in high school, and you liable not to be able to fuck with that girl that you probably been dealing with for 3-4 years in high school.
Well, they used to have something back in the day called the Romeo and Juliet clause, where if y'all was together before this person turned a certain age, y'all was good. But what I think is, if the person is less than 3 to 4 years, you're elder, then I think it should be, if y'all in the same like demographic, I think y'all should be straight. Like a 19-year-old dating a 17-year-old, that ain't really no.
That's not too far. That's not too far.
He could have just graduated high school. Even your mother, even the mothers and the fathers and stuff. Oh, he's 19, she's 17. Because you got a lot of dudes who are 19 taking high school senior girls to proms and stuff, and they dad is cool with it, they mom cool with it. You just have to have a window. 3 to 3 years, 2 to 3 years, cool. Once you 5 years older, 6 years older, that's ridiculous. You 30, because when we was young, it was 30-year-old motherfuckers pulling up on girls who was 15, 16 in high school. Now that's blatantly wrong. But what it's all about, criminalizing men, vilifying men, right? And basically, you go and get this guy who's 1 year older than the girl, but she's 17 and he's 18. But then you let the dude slide, like Joe Biden, who's 63 years old, molested, taking showers with his daughter when she's 14 years old and shit like that. Okay. It's just selective.
But people pick and choose for sure. They should be
selective. I hate that shit.
But how does it make sense that in one state it's illegal, and then in this state it's legal? That doesn't make any sense.
And the reason why that is because whoever, founded that, they have certain, I think, morals and principles that they founded off of. So like in Utah, you could be what? I think 16.
16.
So, and that's because it's a Mormon culture. So they're different over there.
It used to be like that in California.
Yeah, but now it's what, 18. So yeah. I think it just depends on who is the founding, people of the state. I think the age of consent should be 20 years old though. Once the teen drops off, you're an adult.
No, the age of consent can't be 20 years old.
What you mean?
Because when you the age of consent is when a woman can consent to getting fucked. So you ain't gonna tell no woman you can't consent at 18.
He's saying that should be cool for them to fuck with another teen, as long as they're still in the teen years.
No, what he's saying, he's saying like if you're 30,
if you're an adult, like what classifies you as legally an adult would be 20 years old, in my opinion.
No, that's what it should be. You saying
that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
because if you're 30. And you talking to somebody 17, you're a pedo. But the second she turns 18, you're not a pedo.
And she's really still the same person.
And she's the same person.
Because you can go to the military and shit, get shot, killed at 18. That's the age of consent, 18. That's what we've been rolling with for decades. That's what it is. That's when you vote, all that stuff. The age of consent.
You think 18-year-olds should even be able to vote, though?
I think...
No.
Like,
no, you don't know shit at 18.
18-year-olds just got the right to vote in the 60s.
It don't matter when they got it. They don't need it.
Right. Yeah.
They're not going to reverse their right to vote.
Okay, let's be for real. At 18, you're still a kid.
You still in high school.
You're still a kid.
Some 18-year-olds are still in high school.
So I'm kind of with Callie on this one. If you got the teen in there, you're still a teenager. So, I mean, you kind of not an adult. Like, I don't even think you should be able to be drafted at 18. You're still a teen. Like 20, okay, cool. Now it's like, all right. We might even need to lower the consent to drink to 20, because like I'm not a teenager no more. Why I gotta wait to 21? What's the difference between 20 and 21? Like when I'm 20, I'm an adult, but as long as you got the teen on there, because you gotta realize parents are now holding their kids back due to sports. So you got some of these kids in Pop Warner held back 2 or 3 years. They're gonna be 20 in high school and not be able to talk to nobody on campus.
Yep.
So like we gotta figure this out.
I also think too in society, like back in the day, I think kids were a little bit more mature, right? Like it's that whole you get out at 18, you get a job, you know, due to the economy, niggas is working with their hands, they building. Niggas already had jobs and families at 22, 23, whatever the, you know, age was. Now you could be 25 and really still be acting like an 18-year-old. A lot of niggas is acting like 18-year-old and they 25. So
playing Fortnite all night.
I think it's just also a different time as well, but I still overall think it should be 20 years old. Anything after, you know what I mean? Like I said, when the teen drop off is cool, but and then in that situation where somebody's 19 and somebody's 17, I think they just doing that because it's Kai Cenat, cameraman.
He didn't want the backlash.
That shit happens every day. But
let that be one of his celebrity friends. They would be cool. That nigga would have never lost that job. Yeah.
But they also have the same thing with MrBeast. I don't know if that's the same person, but MrBeast had a person who was like a cameraman or something, and he was basically like
I thought it was
a transgender or something. But then it was like some crazy shit.
Nah, that was a kid, bro.
No,
He's talking about
it was a kid, yeah.
No, you talking about the one who turned into a broad out of nowhere.
That's
he got a whole family.
That's one of the main.
Yeah, he was one of the main
Dynasty
characters.
or Destiny or whatever.
I think that was a part of their deal. Like, look, we gonna blow y'all up, but somewhere down the line, y'all gonna have to push this transgender narrative. Pick which one of y'all want to put the dress on, and they must have rolled the dice, and it crapped out on him. Cause it didn't make no sense. The bro got a kid, he got a wife, he was totally normal, and all of a sudden he got dresses on, he's sucking penis, and now he's an F-bomb. Like, it's crazy.
Nah, but man, you people don't understand the power of influence, man. You in these different circles and shit, people will have you out here doing all types of stuff. Like, you know, people get influenced. People, like the people who make the shit, they're just as easily influenced as the people who are watching it.
Influence to turn into a woman is crazy.
It happens all the time. Look at jail.
Okay.
Nigga go in there hardcore crip, and next thing you know, in there with a dress on.
Well, they was already
makeup and shit. Well, he wasn't walking around the hood with lipstick and wigs on.
It wasn't acceptable, but some of these niggas getting caught now. I done seen one of these niggas from one of these hoods on Fig, and his homie hopped out like, "Come on, the dead homies, what you doing, bro?" Like, "Oh, you talk to the big homies, bro." Nigga, I just slid with you. The nigga out here selling ass. I ain't with that shit no more, cuz. Like, what? And he's like Diesel, like, cuz just got out of Pelican Bay.
Set out your mouth.
Keep the set out your mouth, nigga.
Nah, the homies probably just his big homies probably
said dead homies. I just talked to the big homies, bro.
Big homies wasn't cool.
The big homies probably told me you gotta pay him. You gotta bring me this much money, nigga. Yeah, you already know.
Hey, quiet as kept, a lot of your big homies is doing that shit on the low. They was on the level floors.
No more. What the fuck?
But look, let's play devil's advocate for a second. Back in the biblical days, we don't ever pay attention to the ages. They was like 12 years old.
Oh, yeah.
Having husbands and shit.
So, not even.
No, but I'm saying, if we go back in these ancient texts, a lot of them had adolescents for wives, and they were grown as hell. And biologically, women get their period around what, 12 or 13? That means they're ovulating.
Yeah,
so I done seen some people. Mr. Viral is not making this argument. I'm playing devil's advocate for people who make this argument.
We have an argument like this on my channel.
Yeah, we have an argument on your channel. People are saying once they reach that age of ovulating and their body's able to reproduce, that should be the age of consent. How y'all feel about that?
When a woman get her period, that's nature telling her she's ready to reproduce. In America, we go by maturity level. But maturity level is different based on your culture. So it's not culturally acceptable. Scientifically speaking and naturally speaking, women are able to reproduce and drop an eggs when they had a period. In most, back in the day, people didn't live as long. So that's why they married at such a young age. Motherfuckers was dying at 30
years
32
old,
years old. So by the time somebody was 17, they would have a whole family, like 3 kids, and they live through 30 and then to 30 and they crap out. We understand that an animal, once they start having a period, the male dogs ain't gonna say, "Oh, he's underage," they gonna start smacking. It's a culture issue. We understand it's a culture issue. Here's my only problem with it. Just because a girl is young, like 12, 13, 14, 15, that doesn't mean she won't make an advance on a dude who's older than her. Because women, they're hardwired to pursue the dudes with resources. That's why you had girls when we was in high school 15 dating dudes who was 30.
They fucked you up.
Because those dudes had resources though.
Niggas behind the gate. Wait.
No,
somebody took one of his bitches. He like, driving off with that old ass nigga.
For real. Hey, neither one of us was playing.
Hey, he got PTSD for sure.
No, but I'm just
brought that motherfucker about 10 times in this segment today.
No, but I'm just saying because that's a very acute example of that shit happening. Girls who was 16 were willingly fucking with dudes who was in their 30s because those dudes had resources.
Nia Long, or was it Nia Campbell?
Aaliyah.
No, Nia Long or Nia Campbell?
Aaliyah, that's true too. Yeah,
she said her mom actually gave her boyfriend the clearance while she was 16 and he was 30.
All the time.
Her mom was like, this is cool.
A lot of their mamas always do that.
Because what is the mom looking at? Girl, he got resources.
The mom
Girl, he could
woman.
give us X, Y, Z. Man, it's always been that way. So it's a shift in the culture. They've criminalized something that's been acceptable for decades and decades and decades. I understand that. But there's a difference. Motherfuckers going after 7-year-old kids, 8-year-old kids, like 6-year-olds. There are active pedophiles out here. Like, they're really, like, the younger they are, they'll pass up the 16-year-old girl and go for, like, the 6-year-old girl. So it has to all be stamped out because it just leaves an opening for bullshit to happen, ultimately. But, yeah, black people are hypocritical on pedophilia. All Americans, really, most Americans are hypocritical on that.
Now, listen.
They hypocritical, I believe, more so when it comes to somebody taking it versus they allow it. Like you said, if the mother or something, the nigga 30 years old sitting in the house and they cool with the person, whoever the man is, they accepting it. You could be in the house with them, especially in different cultures. We see it all the time. So I think it's more so of that. They don't care if the woman wants to do it.